Tucked away in the heart of Western Europe, there is a tiny nation that feels like it has been plucked straight from the pages of a medieval fairy tale. This is Luxembourg. It is one of the smallest countries on the planet, yet it holds a power and a beauty that far outshine its size. Bordered by Belgium, France, and Germany, this small Grand Duchy is a place where ancient stone fortresses meet gleaming glass skyscrapers and where deep emerald green valleys hide secrets from 1,000 years ago. Luxembourg is unique for so many reasons. It is the only Grand Duchy remaining in the world, meaning it is headed by a Grand Duke rather than a king or a president. It is also one of the wealthiest nations on Earth, a global hub for finance and technology. But despite its modern riches, the soul of the country remains rooted in its history. The capital, Luxembourg City, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for its dramatic cliffs and the massive stone walls of its ancient fortifications. One of the most incredible things for travelers to know is that public transport here is completely free. Whether you are hopping on a high-tech tram in the city or taking a scenic train through the rolling hills of the countryside, you will not pay a single cent. It makes exploring this land of castles and deep forests easier than anywhere else in Europe. Perched dramatically on a rocky promontory high above the Our River, Vianden Castle is one of the most breathtaking medieval fortresses in all of Europe. This massive stone structure dates back as far as the 10th century, having been built on the foundations of an even older Roman fort. For hundreds of years, it served as the powerful seat of the Counts of Vianden, who had close ties to the royal families of France and Germany. Walking through the gates today feels like stepping back into the Middle Ages. The castle underwent a massive restoration in the late 1970s and is now a beautifully preserved masterpiece of Romanesque and Gothic architecture. Inside, you can explore over 20 different rooms, including the massive Knights Hall and the stunning Byzantine Gallery. One of the most unique features is the double chapel, which has two separate floors connected by a central opening. In the old days, the lower level was for the servants, while the upper level was reserved for the noble family. To see the castle in all its glory, you should head to the upper terraces. From there, you get a sweeping panoramic view of the deep green valley and the colorful rooftops of the village below. If you want a different perspective, you can take a scenic chairlift ride that carries you 440 meters above the town, providing the perfect angle for photos of the castle nestled among the hills. Deep in the northern reaches of the country, standing on a massive circular rock, you will find Borscheid Castle. This is the largest fortress in Luxembourg, and its sheer scale is truly a sight to behold. It sits nearly 150 meters above the winding Sur River, creating a silhouette that has dominated this landscape for over 1,000 years. While other castles in the region have been fully restored to their former glory, Borscheid remains a beautiful and atmospheric ruin that tells a story of power, decay, and rebirth. The history of this site is incredibly deep. Archaeologists have found traces of Roman and Merovingian structures beneath the stone. but the castle we see today truly began to take shape around the year 1000. It was expanded in 4 distinct phases, growing larger and more fortified with every passing century. By the year 1384, the massive outer wall was completed, featuring 8 circular Gothic towers that made the fortress almost impossible to capture. As you wander through the grounds, you can explore 3 different levels of the castle, which once separated the various social classes. The upper level was the exclusive home of the aristocracy, while the middle and lower levels housed officers and craftsmen. Beneath the busy streets of the modern city lies a hidden world of mystery and military genius known as the Bach Casemates. This vast network of underground tunnels is a marvel of engineering and is the reason Luxembourg was once nicknamed the Gibraltar of the North. These passages were first carved into the solid rock by the Spaniards in the year 1644, and over the next few centuries, they were expanded until they reached a total length of 23 kilometers. The tunnels go deep into the earth, reaching depths of up to 40 meters. During times of war, this underground fortress was capable of sheltering thousands of soldiers and even horses. It was a complete subterranean city, featuring bakeries, kitchens, and workshops that allowed the defenders to survive long sieges without ever having to step outside. Because the walls of the cliff were so thick, the casemates provided perfect protection against heavy artillery fire. Today, you can walk through several kilometers of these winding stone corridors and explore the old cannon slots carved directly into the cliffside. As you look out through these narrow openings, you are treated to spectacular views of the Grund district and the Alzette River Valley far below. To the southeast of the capital, the landscape transforms into a sun-drenched valley where the gentle Moselle River creates a natural border between Luxembourg and Germany. This is the Moselle Valley, a stunning 42-kilometer stretch of rolling hills and terraced vineyards that has been producing world-class wines since the time of the ancient Romans. Because of its unique microclimate and limestone-rich soil, this region is famous for its crisp white wines and its elegant sparkling wine known as Cremant de Luxembourg. As you travel along the winding river road, you will pass through a string of charming wine villages, each with its own unique character. In the town of Remage, often called the Pearl of the Moselle, you can walk along a beautiful 3-kilometer-long promenade lined with cherry trees. It is the perfect place to sit at a riverside cafe or explore the historic wine cellars of St. Martin, which are carved deep into the solid limestone cliffs. Another essential stop is the village of Grevenmacher, where you can visit traditional cooperatives or wander through a tropical butterfly garden. For those who love the outdoors, the valley offers a network of premium hiking trails called Dream Routes. These paths lead you away from the river and up into the heart of the vineyards, where you can stand among the vines and look out over the entire valley. Down in the deep valley of the Alzette River, right at the foot of the high city cliffs, sits the Grund. This is one of the oldest and most beautiful neighborhoods in the capital, and it feels like a peaceful village hidden away from the modern world. While the upper city is filled with banking towers and busy traffic, the Grund is a place of narrow cobblestone streets, colorful ancient houses, and the gentle sound of flowing water. Because this district is located within the old fortress walls, it has been preserved almost perfectly for centuries. To get down here, you can take a scenic walk down the winding stone paths, but the easiest way is to use the public elevator. This lift takes you directly from the upper city through the solid rock of the cliff and drops you off right in the heart of the lower town. One of the most iconic sights in this area is the New Minster Abbey. This massive complex was originally a Benedictine monastery back in the 1600s, but over the years it has served as a hospital and even a prison. Today, it has been transformed into a vibrant cultural center where you can enjoy concerts, art exhibitions, and open-air festivals. Just next to the abbey, you will find the stone bridge that crosses the river, which is the absolute best spot to stop and take photos. From here, you can see the high stone walls of the Bach Caserbates towering above you, creating a dramatic contrast between the green valley and the gray fortifications. Deep in the heart of the Mullerthal region, often called Little Switzerland, you will find the Schiessen Temple. This is not a massive thundering waterfall, but rather a charming and graceful cascade where the Black Erns River splits into 3 separate streams. The water flows gently over moss-covered rocks into a clear pool below, creating a scene that looks like a painting from a storybook. The most iconic feature of this spot is the picturesque stone bridge that arches over the falls. Built in the year 1879, the bridge was crafted using local sandstone and black wooden railings to blend perfectly with the surrounding forest. It was originally designed to make this wild area more accessible to travelers, and today it is easily the most photographed landmark in the entire region. To reach the waterfall, you can take a short and easy walk from the nearby parking area, or you can include it as a highlight of a much longer journey along the Mullerthal Trail. The path takes you through a landscape of prehistoric rock formations, narrow stone crevices, and ancient beech trees. The air here is always cool and fresh, even in the middle of a hot summer, making it a favorite escape for locals and hikers alike. Just a short distance from the town of Echternach, you will find one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring natural wonders in the country. The Wolfsschlucht, or the Wolf's Gorge. This is a narrow, deep canyon carved into the massive sandstone cliffs of the Mullerthal region. As you enter the gorge, the sky almost disappears above you. hidden by towering rock walls that rise up to 50 meters high. The name comes from ancient times when wolves would use this dark, sheltered crevice as a refuge. Today, it is a paradise for hikers who want to experience the rugged side of Luxembourg's nature. The path leads you between jagged stone faces covered in thick green moss and ferns, creating a mysterious atmosphere that feels like a scene from an adventure movie. The formations are so sharp and vertical that they look like the ruins of a giant stone cathedral. One of the most impressive spots within the gorge is the Cleopatra's Needle, a tall and slender rock pillar that stands completely isolated from the main cliff. As you climb the steep stone steps built into the trail, you will reach several high viewpoints. As you move south along the river from the city of Remich, you enter the beautiful area surrounding the village of Schengen. While the entire region is known for its grapes, the Schengen wine route is particularly special because it blends world-class viticulture with the spirit of a united Europe. This is where the borders of Luxembourg, France, and Germany disappear into one another, creating a truly international atmosphere among the vines. The journey often begins at the Markusberg, a famous vineyard hill that towers over the village. At the summit, you will find the statue of Saint Donatus, the patron saint of the vineyards, standing guard over the rows of grapes. From this height, you can look out over the river and see 3 different countries at once. The soil here is rich in gypsum and lime, which gives the local Pinot Blanc and Pinot Gris wines a distinct mineral flavor that is celebrated by experts across the continent. One of the most unique stops along this route is the historic Château de Schengen. While the castle itself is a private residence, its gardens and the surrounding estate are legendary. You can visit the nearby wine cellars of the local cooperatives to taste wines that carry the name of this historic village. While the Bock casemates are the most famous, the Petrus casemates offer a completely different and equally fascinating look into the military history of the city. Located on the southern side of the fortress, these underground passages were built right into the cliffs that overlook the beautiful Petrus Valley. They were originally constructed by the Spanish in the year 1673, during a time when the city was being transformed into one of the strongest defensive positions in the world. Walking through these tunnels is like exploring a secret labyrinth. The passages are narrower and feel more intimate than the Bock, giving you a real sense of what life was like for the soldiers who were stationed here hundreds of years ago. You can still see the old staircases carved into the rock and the ventilation shafts that allowed fresh air to reach deep into the darkness. One of the most impressive parts of this site is the way the tunnels connect different levels of the fortress, allowing troops to move quickly and invisibly from the upper city down to the valley floor.
Unlike the Bach, the Petrus casemates have been recently renovated with a high-tech light and sound show. As you walk through the cool, damp corridors, motion sensors trigger atmospheric blue and orange lights that highlight the texture of the ancient stone. You will also hear the faint sounds of marching feet or the echo of distant commands, which brings the history of the fortress to life in a very modern way.
Rising high above the Petrus Valley, the Adolphe Bridge is the most famous and recognizable landmark in the entire city. When it was completed in the year 1903, it was a true marvel of engineering, holding the record for the largest stone arch in the world at that time. Even today, its massive central span, which reaches 85 meters across the gorge, is a testament to the skill and ambition of the architects of the early 20th century. The bridge serves as a vital link between the old historic center and the modern railway station district. It was named after Grand Duke Adolphe, who reigned during the time of its construction, and it was designed to reflect the elegance and strength of the growing nation. The bridge is crafted from local sandstone, and its twin arches give it a graceful, light appearance, despite the thousands of tons of stone used to build it. One of the most exciting features for travelers today is the hidden level tucked beneath the main road. In the year 2017, a unique suspended bridge was added underneath the original structure specifically for cyclists and pedestrians. Walking on this lower deck gives you a thrilling perspective as you are suspended in midair with the valley floor far beneath your feet. From here, you can look out at the lush green parks, the winding river, and the ancient fortress walls without any of the noise from the traffic above. In the heart of the Mullerthal region, surrounded by a dense forest, you will find the ruins of Beaufort Castle. This site is unique because it actually contains two different castles from two very different eras, standing side by side. The older fortress is a medieval ruin that dates back to the 11th century. It was originally built as a small square castle on a rock, but over the next 500 years, it was expanded into a massive, impenetrable stronghold protected by wide moats. Even though the medieval castle is now mostly in ruins, it is incredibly atmospheric to explore. You can wander through the old vaulted cellars, climb the stone staircases, and look out through the arrow slits that once protected the lords of the valley. In the center of the ruins, you can still see the remains of the Great Hall and the massive towers that have stood against the weather for nearly 1,000 years. Right next to these ancient stone walls stands the Renaissance Castle, which was built in the year 1649. Unlike the ruins, this wing is perfectly preserved. It was lived in until as recently as the year 2012. And today, you can take a guided tour to see the original furniture, tapestries, and artwork that have remained inside for centuries. Just a few kilometers east of the city center, in the quiet village of Ham, lies the Luxembourg American Cemetery and Memorial. This hallowed ground is the final resting place for over 5,000 American soldiers who gave their lives during World War II, most notably during the Battle of the Bulge. The land was granted to the United States in perpetuity by the Grand Duchy, serving as a permanent symbol of the deep bond and gratitude between the two nations. As you enter the gates, the first thing you notice is the perfect, peaceful silence. The landscape is designed with incredible precision, featuring vast green lawns where white marble crosses and stars of David stand in long, curving rows. The headstones are not arranged by rank, but are placed side by side, symbolizing that all are equal in their sacrifice. Among the thousands of markers, you will find the grave of General George S. Patton, Jr. Per his own request, he was buried here alongside his men, rather than in a separate monument, though his headstone stands at the head of the gravesite plots so that visitors can pay their respects. The memorial itself is a massive stone chapel and a tall pylon that overlooks the graves. On the walls of the memorial, you can see large mosaic maps made of colored stone and bronze, which detail the military movements of the Allied forces during the Ardennes offensive. In the modern heart of the Kirchberg Plateau, you will find one of the most stunning examples of contemporary architecture in Europe, the Philharmonie Luxembourg. This brilliant white concert hall looks like a giant glowing diamond set among the glass and steel of the surrounding office buildings. It was designed by the world-renowned architect Christian de Portzamparc and opened its doors in the year 2005. Since then, it has become a global symbol of the country's love for art and culture. The most striking feature of the building is its exterior, which is surrounded by 823 slender white columns. These pillars are arranged in 3 or 4 rows, creating a transparent filter that allows light to pour into the foyer. The architect originally wanted to surround the building with a forest of trees, but when space became limited, he created this forest of columns instead. As you walk through the entrance, the columns seem to move and shift around you, helping you leave the noise of the city behind and prepare your mind for the music within. Inside, the Philharmonie is home to 3 distinct performance spaces. The largest is the Grand Auditorium, which can hold nearly 1,500 people. In the southern part of the country, in the city of Esch-sur-Alzette, you will find one of the most incredible urban transformation projects in the world. This is Belval. For much of the 20th century, this site was the heart of the steel industry that made Luxembourg wealthy. Today, the massive industrial ruins have been preserved and integrated into a futuristic neighborhood of universities, shopping centers, and high-tech offices. The centerpiece of this landscape is the 2 massive blast furnaces that tower over the square like giant iron monuments. These blast furnaces, known as A and B, were once fire-breathing giants that produced millions of tons of steel. Instead of tearing them down when the factories closed, the city decided to keep them as a tribute to the workers who built the nation. You can actually climb the stairs of Blast Furnace A, rising 40 meters into the air. From the top, you get a breathtaking view of the entire Belval district, where you can see the red metal of the old structures standing next to the sleek, modern glass of the new university buildings. It feels like walking through a science fiction movie set. Right next to these iron giants is the Belval Urban Park. This is a vast green space designed to bring nature back to an industrial wasteland.